guitar strapped on his back. Wait for me, Junior. I mean, it's unbelievable how accurate I've been and how kettled, and nobody will listen to me. I predicted every bit of this. Look, this is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. These cores, now think about it. This core, this picture, they're saying, you know how freaking thick those steel containment walls are that this hole, giant gaping hole's in? Do you have any idea how big that? They're 2 feet thick. This energy is so hot, so intense, it just burned a hole right through. China, which I named Delma Argentina Syndrome 2011. It's exactly what it is. So these 4 cores, look, I cannot overstate this. It was on the east coast of Japan. The energy is here in North America. We're the downwinders, not Japan. Japan, they got some plume over for a few days, and radiation levels are well documented in Tokyo. They got really high, but just for a few days. We've taken the blow for how long? Now, do you think this is coincidence? It flooded here. You should have seen the snow. I was shoveling roofs for a living up in the valley, me and Bob. 2010, 2011. Remember I did all that shoveling in Soho in New York. I mean, heavy, heavy winter. I mean, I was up there at the monastery shoveling snow with the monk when the roof caved in. It was me, Bob, and an 89-year-old monk. I skied right there at Basin. That's the Olympic downhill. I skied right there on 4th of July, 2011, right before I got cancer. My God, so let's get this sign, other sign. Remember I used to carry this up and down the Pacific Ocean? What's her name's daughter made this for me. The general in World War II. She made this, had this made for me. But this thing's been everywhere, ain't it? Remember I used to carry that all over up and down the coast of California? I named it the Great Pacific Genocide. You know, my website's pretty well gone. Eric's wife got in a helicopter wreck in New Zealand. He was my guy that did my site. Remember when we painted the back of it, me and McCormick, on Ocean Beach in San Francisco, on the anniversary of Fukushima, with tomato soup? I mean, I predicted every bit of this. Every single bit of this. I mean, it's amazing. Stand tuned. That's 2011. March. Kevin Lish. First, listen, I had to go rogue. I know traditional PhDs had been captured by MIT. It's coming out now. MIT Media Lab, who houses the PhDs, you have to turn them over to them. Why at MIT? It's come out now that funded by Jeffrey Epstein. Joey Ito, who come out in 2011 and told me, yeah, Kevin, he got named to the head of MIT Media Lab. I'm going to help you gather radiation because they're covering up and lying. All over the Epstein list, at Epstein Island. Noam Chomsky, who I sat with at the Helen Caldecott Symposium in the New York Medical Academy in 2015 and told me I couldn't use the word Fukushima. I'm like, what the fuck? And Noam was with this young woman. I says, is this your granddaughter? Never said a word. I mean, really young. And then it was the second day, Dr. Perry told me, no. I mean, Bob Alvarez even got into it with me about Alvarez. I see he's passed away, but my God, you think you're above it? One of your cult member billionaires whose funds APAC, you see he died yesterday at 43 years old of cancer. My guess is leukemia. Whoa. What was the porn site he owned, the platform? You see he died at 43 of cancer? He's a billionaire. Wow. I mean, that's my point. It doesn't give a shit who you are. So, we have this intense radical heat wave over the year. We've had that since 2011. And look, it's real science. I don't do mystified, baffled, stumped, curious. Remember all my pine trees died in my yard? My dogs died? All my neighbors died of leukemia? I almost died? Fuck, they think I got leukemia in 2011. It's going to give you leukemia. I went into a bone marrow transplant center on 11/11/11, given 2 months to live. You know how radical, hardcore that was? I'm a 1% survivor. You know? It said this billionaire that owned the one fans only fans only. Said he kept it secret. We know factually, and I knew this because I've dealt with so much because Anna died of it, my father died of it. I know this. I mean, I was working on the Children of the Atomic Veterans PhD. I know the more open you are about your cancer and the more outspoken and the more transparent you are about your cancer, the greater your odds of surviving, and that's an unarguable fact. He said he kept it all quiet. He's a 43-year-old billionaire. You don't think he had access to great care? I mean, you see it all the time, the great equalizer, I call it. I'm the guy that named it the Blob. I'm the guy that named it Plumegate. I'm the guy that freaking, the plume, the freaking hot water gate. All me, all me. First, look, real PhDs. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do your field work. Kevin Blanch, March 20th. These are full blown out meltdowns. They're lying, they're lying, they're lying. People jump down my throat. Everybody, it took me a year and a half to convince everybody it was one meltdown. I'm like, no, it's 4. These cores, these sons, Barry Antoinette said, and 32 ships to entomb. They backed them out. They didn't do anything. And I know word for word what happened in the Situation Room. John Holdren, freaking Haas Cartwright, you know, the make it so on the USS Reagan. They did not cover it up to prevent panic in North America. They covered it up to protect the nuclear energy industry. Axelrod, freaking Rahm Emanuel, Holdren, all of them out of it. Barry Antoinette Obama, and then Trump doubles down. My God, Trump's passed him on the cover-up. I mean, it's disgusting. Seeing how crazy old Biden? I mean, this is the greatest crime in human history. I said, March 2011. These are 4 suns, spring and star burrowed into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to cause such a radical heat source, so incredible, so radical, so hot. I mean, we're talking most likely millions and many millions of degrees. How hot's that sun? That's what they are. They burrowed into the Pacific Ocean immediately, and you're going to chalk it up to coincidence. The ocean just automatically hit. And get this, breaking news: fish swim, jet stream moves left or right. The storms rise off of the Pacific Ocean. That is our weather. The bubble in the ozone, look it up. It's right up above Pacific, right off the ocean. We know because of Kevin Blanch's tide pool work. My tide pool work alone, in the old days, 30 years ago, be me, oh my, Nobel Prize. Huh. Just my tide pool work. And I think I did it while in critical condition, dying about with my chest split open, open heart surgery twice. You think about that. Kevin Blanch, March 2011. It's going to be a heat source so radical, so hot, it's going to get in the Pacific Ocean. It's going to break the chain plankton. It's going to cause acidification of the ocean, which I named it the blob. There it is. You're going to cause a chain reaction starvation event. The first thing that will go will be the starfish, the tide pools. The salmon are the smoking gun because Chinook salmon go to sea for 5 years. They won't collapse till 2016. We had record returns. Look it up. 2010, 2011, 2012. The Columbia in 2015 had 4.4 million. They'll be lucky to get 200,000. It collapsed off a cliff. Off a cliff. That's not mystified, baffled stuff. That's science. I did all the time. It's going to get into the pine trees. It's going to get into the trees because the energy off the sun. And I named it a plasma and a gas. These cores are going to burrow in. They're going to be cause a plasma and a gas. That's what the sun is. It's exactly what it is, which I named plutonium. And I said this plasma and gas is going to rise up on the storms. It's going to get into the trees. It's going to cause a fire event like... I remember talking to a fire marshal in Northern Cal. I was up there doing my work, and he's like, Kevin, we thought it was multiple arsonists, over multi-million acres starting, blah, 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 blah. And it took us a long time. And this is an old guy. He's been a fire marshal for decades for the Forest Service, blah, blah, blah. Never seen anything like it, ever. He says it took us a long time to realize at the same time, multiple places, the atmosphere is actually catching on. He says, yeah, it's a plasma and a gas. He says, which I named plutonium fires. And it happened all over the Western United States, all over the United States now. All predicted by Kevin Blanch. Every bit of this. The ocean is going to boil immediately. We know for a fact now because we have the humpback. I like Noah lying about the humpback and whale. Now you got 75 biologists come out and they're claiming citizen scientists using their data. Well, who's the citizen scientist who organized all the well counting, the post-ignorance project? Kevin Blanch. We counted 312 in 1 year. I mean, the starvation event on the whales, the starvation event on the salmon, the seals all leukemia dying. So, I mean, this is the greatest acute catastrophe. The heat dome over the western United States that went spread and got bigger and bigger, and it ain't going away. They haven't done anything about it. Well, what can you do now? It's too late, baby, it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Stand tuned. I mean, it's amazing to me how that sign shows up all over the world. It shows up on websites, on newspapers, whatever, but they always crop my head out. You know why? People don't believe this. Why? I'm classified. One, of course, I'm too hot to handle. People are like, oh, we can't go down this road. Kevin Blanch, March 2011. All new knowledge will be persecuted, always has. Semmelweis. Little invisible germs flying through the air. Oh, they don't give you cancer. There's no, that's blasphemy. That's after he made his doctors wash their hands for 10 years and increase life by tenfold in his patients.